Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us to review the new Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program available in the Single Family Housing Direct Programs portfolio. In this presentation, we will discuss rural development's organizational structure, rural areas, and income eligibility, and the Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program, of course. In terms of the new program, topics will include a general overview, how to determine areas eligible for assistance, applicant eligibility, and temporary authorizations. And we'll close with some packaging information. Rural development is structured with a national office headquartered in Washington, D.C. Single-family housing is led by the deputy administrator and has a direct division and a guaranteed division. In general, the national office is responsible for national funding, writing policy, and overall program management. Rural development has 47 state offices that are led by state directors and have area offices throughout the state, which deliver the single-family housing direct programs and other RD programs. Please visit our website at www.rd.usda.gov and select the State Offices tab from the top links at the top of the page to display a map of states. Select your state to find your local program contacts. Rural development single-family housing programs are available to individuals at or below specific program income limits. For example, up to low income for the Section 502 Direct Program and up to moderate income for the Section 502 Guaranteed Program, and for dwellings located in an eligible rural area only. Income limits and rural eligibility maps are available on the eligibility website, and the address is there at the top left-hand corner of your screen. A Section 502 direct self-assessment tool is also available on this site and can assist a potential applicant in determining if that program is a good fit for them. Under the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2023, Congress authorized $60 million in disaster assistance funds for rural housing assistance grants to make essential repairs and improvements to rural homes located in a presidentially declared disaster area, acronymed as a PDDA, that sustained damage in a calendar year, acronym CY 2022. Of this funding, $55.7 million will be made available to individuals through a new Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program, which I've already mentioned a couple times before. This program is administered by RHS, the Rural Housing Service, Single Family Housing Program area. Funding will remain available until expended. This program is guided by an unnumbered letter dated March 10, 2023. This is available from the link on your slide or by pasting the UL provided in the notes of this PowerPoint presentation into your web browser. So I won't repeat the whole website address here. The Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program is separate from our Section 504 Loan and Grant Program, and applicants may apply for both programs simultaneously. Let's move on now to determining what areas are eligible for assistance, because it's an important component to this program. So here we go. Properties that sustain damage as a result of a presidentially declared disaster in CY 2022 are eligible for assistance if they are located within a PDDA, as identified by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, better known as FEMA. PDDAs are found at the link on the slide, and users should first search by selecting the year as 2022 and 2023. While the incident period must have a date within CY 2022, in some cases, the declaration will have been in CY 2023. So both years should be searched for. Next, under selecting the state and tribe name, so if you're in Washington State, you pick Washington. If you're in Arizona, you pick Arizona, and so on and so forth. The declaration type and incident type may both be left blank. PDDAs are identified as major disaster declarations or fire management declarations, and both are eligible. Click on Search and Filter Disaster, and the list of presidentially declared disasters will be populated. The CY 2022 PDDA can then be selected from the list, and information related to the disaster will be shown. As shown on this slide, the arrow next to the disaster response item can be selected to display a map and a list of impacted counties eligible based on either individual or public assistance declarations. Properties and counties listed under either individual or public assistance are both eligible, provided that the individual and property meet other eligibility criteria, for example, rural area and income, and the damage to the property was a result of the disaster. Attachment 1 of the unnumbered letter lists the 33 states shown on the slide as having PDDAs in CY 2022. However, we know the list can change, so as directed on the previous slide, please be sure to visit the FEMA site for the most recent list. Let's move on to applicant eligibility, now that you know a little bit more about how to determine the eligible areas. The Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2023 outlines specific eligibility requirements for the disaster grant funding, including the applicant's income must not exceed the applicable low limit based on the household size and county. Income limits can be viewed by selecting the hyperlink on your slide or by copy and pasting the URL available in the notes section of your web browser. The requirement to be at least of age 62 or older does not apply. This is a requirement in the Section 504 grant program, but not here for the disaster funds. As discussed on the previous slide, rural properties that sustain damage as a result of a presidentially declared disaster in CY 2022 are eligible for assistance as long as they're within that PDDA as identified by FEMA. Beyond the items provided for in the Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2023, several temporary authorizations were granted for the Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program, which we will discuss next. Applicant requirements for the Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program will mirror guidance in 7 CFR 3550, Subpart C, and Handbook 1 3550, Chapter 12 for Section 504 grants, except for the following temporary exceptions and the exceptions we mentioned in the last slide. Number 1, the maximum grant assistance will be equal to 10% of the national area loan limit, which currently is $40,675 as of March 1, 2023. Applicants may receive the maximum disaster grant without considering their eligibility for a Section 504 loan. As stated previously, applicants can apply for both the Section 504 Home Repair Loan and Grant Program and the Rural Disaster Home Repair Grant Program. Number 3, the unnumbered letter contains attachment 2, Notification of Approval Rural Disaster Home Repair Grants, which will be used to advise applicants of grant approval instead of Handbook 1 3550, Handbook Letter 12. Applicants must sign and return the attachment as certification that there is no duplication of benefits with this award. Number 4, disaster grant recipients will not be required to sign Form RD 3550-24, the grant agreement. And finally, disaster grants do not reduce or impact the applicant's Section 504 lifetime grant assistance. Though prohibited in the Section 504 grant program, disaster grants can be used for disaster-related home repair expenses that were incurred prior to application, so long as the needed repairs were caused by the disaster, site preparation, and finally, the cost of moving a manufactured home. Since the disaster may have forced the applicant into temporary living arrangements, the applicant does not have to occupy the property they own until the replacement housing is installed. The temporary authorizations are intended to help coordinate efforts with FEMA's Individual Assistance Program to provide manufactured homes as replacement housing. A permanent housing solution on the applicant's site must be anticipated within 12 months of application, or a permanent housing plan must be provided if more than 12 months is anticipated. Finally, the cost of materials can be paid to the contractor upon receipt of a paid invoice of those materials or directly to a supplier prior to being delivered to the site. Now let's talk about packaging. The allowable fee for packaging a rural disaster home repair grant is up to $1,000, and this is to account for the additional urgency and targeting related to these packages. If an application package is for both a rural disaster home repair grant, the maximum amount allowed, and a Section 504 loan and grant, the packager can charge a fee of up to $1,750, provided both funding sources are approved. While not a requirement, the packager should ideally be an existing packager under the Section 504 program and have a memorandum of understanding with the applicable state office. On the slides are links to web pages discussed during this presentation. Thank you for supporting the Rural Disaster Home Repair Grants program. This concludes our presentation.